Unscripted.
With things finally starting to get a little bit back to normal, it's nice to see that the PlayStation 5 is going to continue with sort of this dink and dunk sort of news that they're going to keep trickling out for people, because I feel like it does create excitement and it does kind of keep people tuned in to see what's going to happen next and stuff like that. So very cool to see that. And Sony had their CES presser, and I thought that went very well. I don't know if you guys watched that or aware of that or anything like that, but you know, it's not like as huge as E3. It's not like filled with game reveals or anything like that, but they do sort of talk about their technology, the PlayStation 5 in particular, and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool. They did a good job with it. Hit on a couple of key points that I thought were definitely worth hitting on. Not only were they hitting on some key points, but they also locked in some release dates for some of their exclusive titles coming out for the PlayStation 5 for this year and the future as well. So that was really cool to see, you know, and Sony really kind of hit home some record-breaking details about the PlayStation 5 that I think a lot of people are going to want to know about, and obviously it's going to be the talk of the town, you know, when they're able to sort of complete this sort of sweep over the Xbox. You know, listen, I get it, like a lot of people want Xbox to be well received, but I don't feel like it can be well received until they truly understand the importance of the exclusive game. And not only do they need to really kind of understand the importance of exclusive games, but they also have to make great games, right? You can make exclusives all you want, but if they're all Crackdown 3 or State of Decay 2, then it's not really going to help things much. You know, it's not going to appease your fan base. It's not going to make your fans happy. It's not going to do any of that stuff. So I do feel like it's sort of this fine line that these people have to kind of walk, and you know, at the end of the day, we'll see how that kind of all works out for everybody. But it is indeed stuff we're talking about, because again, I love gaming and I love console gaming in particular. So it's always nice to see when this kind of stuff happens and we see just how amazing the PlayStation 5 is doing, and just exactly, you know, in the context of gaming in general. And what I mean by that is, you know, gaming is more popular than ever, and there's so many different avenues to game, yet console gaming keeps becoming like the main focal point for so many people, and that's what I love to see, because I don't ever see, you know, console gaming kind of, you know, sort of this situation where it just dies out or whatever, you know what I mean? A lot of people are just willing to just forego whatever and just go, oh, well, you know, it's going to eventually go to streaming, or it's eventually going to go to this, so I'm just going to do it now. Like, I mean, listen, it's all up to us what we want. You know, so honestly, that's what it kind of comes down to. It's all up to what we want. That's what it comes down to, and we vote with our money, our wallets, and you know, it just kind of depends on what's going to happen with that. So let's get started, shall we? Because I'm excited. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. If you're looking for a way to help out a small little crappy channel like mine, you know what? The best way to do that is simple. Like, it goes a long way and means a lot to me personally. It really honestly does. And, you know, if you want to subscribe, that's cool. If you want to hit the bell so you're notified of all the content, that's cool as well. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. You are amazing. Don't let anybody tell you different. Thank you for all the support, all the love, all the admiration. Yes, you're too kind. I know. I'm great. What can I say? The Crapgamer, after all. So, with that being said, we did get some news from Jim Ryan himself, which I thought was really cool. We got some dates and stuff for games that are going to be coming out. If you guys didn't know already, this had been announced in the NPD. The PS5 had the biggest console launch month for any console in the US, beating the previous record holder, which was the PS4. Obviously, the Series X and S debuted lower than the Xbox One. We already kind of knew that, which shouldn't really come as much of a surprise, to be honest with you. But even with that stuff being said, we got some tremendous news from Jim Ryan himself. So Jim Ryan has finished his CES 2021 presentation, and he revealed that the PlayStation 5 was the most successful PlayStation launch ever and the biggest console launch of all time. Ultimately, the quote from the presentation didn't have exact sales figures, but the console seems to be outpacing the PlayStation 4, and that is with limited supplies even being available. So we can only kind of imagine how successful the system would be if Sony was able to meet demand for it and get one to everyone who wants it now. But streaming's the future. We gotta go streaming. Console sales don't matter. It's all about ecosystem. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Get out of here. Right? Listen. Console sales, if they're strong and you can sell 100 million consoles, that's 100 million potential people buying your software. That's 100 million potentially buying into your services. And, I think that makes a ton of sense to me. I never understood Microsoft's lackadaisical way about it. Well, we don't really need you to buy our stuff, blah, 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 because blah, 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 bull, 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 crap falling out of my mouth, bull, 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 bull. Like, listen. You can sit there and downplay sales and how sales don't matter all you want, but once again, Sony selling a ton of consoles, kicking the crap out of you, making more money than you in the PlayStation division than the Xbox division, because if you sell a ton of consoles and act like you actually want to sell consoles, imagine that. People actually want to buy your consoles. Imagine that. That's crazy, right? That actually makes people want to buy consoles rather than telling them you don't give a crap if they buy your console or not. It's crazy, right? It is. It's undoubtedly crazy. So we'll probably see some kind of official sales figures for the PS5 in the coming months as Sony holds investor meetings and reports sales figures both internally and externally. So, I thought that was really cool that they were talking about it. So obviously, Sony's most successful launch, biggest console launch of all time. There was a lot of different stuff that they kind of hit on a little bit here and there. But I think the main parts to take from this are that, again, this shouldn't really be much of a surprise that Sony's out there absolutely kind of destroying the competition, right? Like, they're absolutely out there just mopping up the competition, just completely annihilating everything that Microsoft does. And again, I think that one of the things is you can, like, I said this back when the Sega Dreamcast came out, right? The Sega Dreamcast came out, and I was like, man, this is a really amazing system. But at the same time, this seems like a system that is, could possibly potentially be ahead of its time, right, with the online stuff and the Sega Net and all that kind of stuff. And it ended up being true. I mean, obviously the lack of a DVD player hurt that system quite a bit, and there were some other things that kind of came into play as well. But the fact of the matter is, was that was a console that was kind of ahead of its time, doing things that people weren't really ready for. A lot of people always equate Microsoft to that. I'm not sure if that's, like, Microsoft wants to be ahead of their time. I'm not necessarily sure that they are ahead of their time, because if you think about this stuff, a lot of the stuff that they're doing, like you can put Game Pass on a phone, or you can put Game Pass on a TV or a Blu-ray player. Like, Sony was doing that stuff 7 years ago, and I wouldn't necessarily go, oh well, Sony was ahead of their time. I think they were trying to take some risks and kind of expand gaming, and I totally understand that. I honestly understand that above all else. I think that that's something that these companies absolutely will continue to try to do. And at the same time, you have to kind of look at the situation that we're in and go, well, how's this going to work for hardcore gamers, right? Like, I feel like hardcore gamers are the ones that kind of get crapped on the most, because we're hardcore. And people can sit there and go, well, listen, trust me, I'm a hardcore gamer. You can sit there and go, oh, well, we play some stuff on easy mode or whatever. That doesn't matter one hill of beans, man. Like, casual gamers play phone games and stuff like that. That's definitely not me. I'm like the anti-phone game. I don't ever play games on a phone or anything like that. I couldn't care less about any of that crap. I buy new hardware right when it comes out. I buy the games that appeal to me right when they come out. There's no wait for this or wait for that. I get what I want to get when I want to play it. You know what I mean? That's hardcore to me. And the hardcore gamers spend a lot of money. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on gaming, and I do. I do that. That's my hobby. That's my passion. I love it, and so I'll continue to do that. But again, then you have these companies sort of trying to cheap out a little bit and maybe and procure like these really casual types of situations, casual games and stuff like that. I just feel like it's very kind of unnecessary, and they seem to put that focus on there, and I absolutely hate that. So I would love to see a more focus on the actual hardcore aspect, but it is nice to see that the PlayStation 5 is indeed already out there, just absolutely kind of demolishing things. Good for them to be able to do that. I think it's super important to be able to go out there and sort of have that situation where you can have these consoles that are just going to do so well that everybody was going to want one, and I think that's super, that's incredible in my opinion. So with that being said, I will link this article in the description. You guys can check it out. What do you think about this? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on Xbox Live. You can hit me up on PSN. All places are appreciated, and you're welcome. Thank you so much. Rack 'em up. Game on, my friends. Game on. Stay happy, healthy, and all that good stuff. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.